All right, so welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the benefits of yoga for your metabolism. I'm cheesing on this one because right before the video, I was just thinking like, okay, this topic is going to be about yoga. I'm not a yoga guru, but I've definitely done yoga classes. I know how to do handstands, headstands, really, really complex poses. But still, for someone like me to actually go ahead and describe this for 5 minutes is going to be a very, very interesting concept for me. But let's do it. Let's give it a try. I'm pretty sure my, very noob-like way of describing will be very beneficial for all the new people and for the older experts and the ones with the certified training. Have a blast. Enjoy the show. Get your popcorn. But let's get a little serious, right? So now, yoga is a very powerful tool in your arsenal. It's one of those movements that you can do for your body to actually feel grounded to this earth, right? So many of us for so long have been using digital devices. We all have one of these things. And as a result, I thought the flash was on. As a result of having it, we have been trained by it. We literally spend majority of our days, waking hours on these devices. And so we sort of live in our heads for long periods of time. And as we live our life, we end up having a way of being, right? These behavioral patterns that we do every single day, these habitual natures to our positioning of our body habits. And so traditionally what we do is we either sit on a couch or a chair or sit on something and we hunch up almost like into a fetal position. Like we feel comfortable in that position, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that position. We spent 9 months in our mom's womb in that position so that we can actually develop and heal. No problem. But what happens is when it becomes chronologically pathological, right? What that means is as you've been doing this for so damn long, your body starts hardening, right? So you have different layers within your body. The first, what you see from me is my skin. But if I were to, unzip me and remove the skin, then you see fascia. The fascia is this really thick, white, dense sheet. It's very, very strong. It's a component of muscle in a way where dehydrated muscle eventually becomes fascia. But our point is it covers it. It's like a saran wrap of your muscle. If I were to unzip that and go a little deeper, then we have your muscles, right? The muscles, everybody knows we eat muscle from proteins, sources like meat, chicken, whatever it is, right? So we have that muscle, and that muscle is the one that's actually doing the activity. And then of course, that muscle is connected to bones, and those bones are actually holding the integrity of your being. Understanding that now, what ends up happening is when you are in this fetal position, sitting down on a chair, chair or couch or bed or whatever, you're hardening the posture of that. So all those muscles contract to accommodate that. Some relax, some contract, and as a result of that happening, you start molding yourself because the fascia then starts tightening around it. Think of it like now a spider web. It's tightening. It's grip on the muscle structure because again, as every video I'm going to tell you, your body wants to optimize fuel. So all these metabolic conversations that we're having, they're all related to fuel. How does your body use fuel? And so when you're conserving energy in that position, what happens is, okay, let's just say, you are done watching TV for 2 hours and now you have to get up. When you get up, your body is super duper slow, okay? So right now, you got up, you thought about it, you got up. That was instantaneous, but your body has to adjust as well. It's a machine, it's a system. And the fascia has been wired to stay in that position, the position that you were just in. And so your muscles try to escape that position. So think of it like trying to escape or like rip yourself out of it, but the fascia gets stronger through time. In the beginning, the fascia ripped, all good, muscle kept doing its thing. Because the fascia keeps remodeling every time it gets ripped because it has connections everywhere. So certain areas will get stronger, certain areas will get weaker. So as a result of you continuously doing this through time, your fascia has now molded and your muscles are now atrophied, and so you actually have this abnormal posture. That was a lot of background. We had to get that background out of the way so that you can understand where I'm trying to go with this now. So yoga is one of those type of movements. It's like an ancient Vedic type of teaching that is becoming very, very popular now. It's ironically, I did not even learn about this until like a few years ago when in reality, my people have developed this type of movement for a while. So that being said, let's take a look at what it's doing, right? So what is the experience? Whenever you go to a yoga class, there's like a bunch of people, they have their mats, and within their mats, they're like stretching, moving their body, contorting all around. Initially, it's just like a little funny, right? Seeing people move the way they do, but then what you realize is when you have to do it, when you're on that mat and doing like a warrior pose and etc., you're like, okay, this is new, this is interesting. I haven't been in these original positions or movements for some, never. For many, it's been a while. For me, it takes a while. Like for me to do it, it hurts my legs a lot, to be honest, which is why I'm actually working on my legs. But that's another story for another day. If you're interested in like how it actually impacts your legs, then definitely let me know in the comments, and I can go ahead and make a video on that as well. But for our context right now, when you're actually now doing yoga, doing the different poses, doing the different movements, you're overstimulating your body. And this is very similar to a HIIT. This is very similar to any physical activity that requires you to move in more original movements. And yoga is great because it actually makes you go into positions that you would never do, but it helps stimulate those areas, those muscles, those fascia, those nerves, everything, so that those cells there are actually alert, alive, and thriving. And we want to make sure we do that for our those areas of the body. So for me personally, my legs and whatnot. For you, maybe your love handle area, maybe your chest area, maybe your behind your arms, because these are the areas where a lot of fat is being stored. So this is going to be a great segue into our conversation with metabolism now. So we know that yoga stimulates areas that you normally wouldn't. So now those certain areas, if you're a little overweight or have a little bit of weights in areas that you don't actually appreciate, so then that's when we want to think about doing yoga poses that stimulate those areas, so we can activate those areas to go ahead and start the burning process. And so now, okay, let's imagine we have some fat behind our arm, right? So when we work out our arm, what's actually happening now, this area is sending signals to your body, like, hey, listen, a lot of activity is being done there. A lot of movements are happening, so we need to accommodate that new accommodate the new energy needs and requirements. So then, again, it stimulates this, so now it's going to be burning more fuel there. In the context of your metabolism is going to increase. So the rule of thumb for all of these videos is like, okay, when you increase metabolism, you increase fat usage, you increase fat mobilization, energy mobilization, and now what are you going to do? You're going to go ahead and start just being a rotisserie. You're gonna remove it. We wanna remove as much extra energy on your body as much as possible. All right, so like we mentioned before, we talked about what is happening to most of us, how does yoga help, and how does it affect your metabolism. If you have any questions on that, definitely hit me on the comments below. With that being said, guys, of course, I'm making these videos, again, 1 habit, 100 days. That's a hashtag that's gonna go with us for a while, because we want each and every one of you to be able to make a habit on your terms, right? So let's make this happen. With that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye.